King David, the tomb of King David, David HaMelech. Here lies one of the greatest kings of Israel, King David, the father of the Davidic dynasty, the first king to unite the 12 tribes of Israel into a nation, one nation, a single unit. King David, whose legacy and royal dynasty lives on until today. David Melech Yisrael Chai V'Kayam. David, King of Israel, alive for eternity. King David ruled the nation of Israel for 40 years. His life journey to lead the Jewish people started off not as a king, but as a young shepherd boy, tending his family's sheep and playing his harp, what would later be known as the Davidic harp. King David may have been the most complex king to ever rule the Jewish people and the world. King David was a tough warrior and yet a gentle and talented musician. He was a poet and a statesman. King David was a compassionate leader who united a divided people into one nation, the nation of Israel. In the next few minutes, join us as we trace the life of King David as told in the Bible. King David bursts on the scene in the book of Samuel 1 with the famous story of David and Goliath. Send me your bravest warrior. If he can beat me, then our people will be slaves unto you. But if he loses, you shall all be slaves unto us. For 40 days, morning and night, Goliath called out to the Jewish nation and asked for their bravest man to come fight him. David, while bringing his flock to pasture, heard Goliath's challenge. No one was willing to take up the challenge. David, upon hearing this, asked the people around him what the challenger will get for defeating Goliath. Whomever defeats Goliath, King Saul will make him very rich. He will be given the king's daughter to marry, and his family will become a powerful family in Israel. David went to King Saul and said, I will fight Goliath, but you are just a boy, a shepherd, not a warrior. You don't stand a chance. While I was a shepherd for my father, a lion and a bear came to kill a sheep in the flock. When I went to save the sheep, they turned upon me. I killed them both. Your servant, whom God saved from the lion and the bear, will with God's help certainly kill his heathen. Go, and may God be with you. David took his shepherd's staff and 5 smooth stones from the stream for his slingshot. Am I a dog that you come to me with a stick? Cursed are you, and cursed is your God. Come to me, and I will feed your flesh to the birds and the wild beasts. You come in heavy armor with spears and shields, but I come in the name of the God of Israel, the God who won all of our great battles. Today God has given you to me. I will kill you and sever your head from your body. I will bring it to the birds of the sky and the wild beasts, that the whole world will know that the Jewish nation has a God. And as Goliath ran toward David, David quickly placed a stone in his slingshot and hit Goliath square on his forehead. Goliath fell to the ground. David ran to Goliath, and not having a sword, took Goliath's sword and severed Goliath's head. That day, all the Philistines ran from the nation of Israel. King Saul was jealous of David, and he threw a spear at David to kill him. The spear missed David, and King Saul realized that God was with David. King Saul eventually loses in battle, and David is then anointed king over Judah and sets up his kingdom in Hebron. King David rules in Hebron for 7.5 years. The followers of David and Saul continue to battle each other. Over time, the house of David wins. All of the tribes of Israel come to King David and ask him to rule over all of the Jewish people. King David moves his kingdom from Hebron to Jerusalem for a 30-year reign. After winning the Philistines in battle in Jerusalem, King David moves the Holy Ark of the Lord from Hebron to Ir David, David's city in Jerusalem. King David is so swept up in the spiritual moment that he dances wildly in front of the ark while playing the harp. Bathsheba, a beautiful woman, catches King David's eye, but she is already married to Uriah. King David sends Uriah into a most dangerous battle so that Uriah will be killed. King David takes Bathsheba as a wife. God does not look kindly on this, and King David begins to lose in battle. David realizes that he has transgressed and repents after receiving counsel from the prophet Nathan. Bathsheba later gives birth to Solomon, who is to become the next king and builder of the great temple in Jerusalem. God had forgiven King David, and through Bathsheba, his kingdom was to continue forever. It is said that at this time King David wrote the book of Psalms. The Psalms, no doubt, are King David's most lasting legacy. David Melech Yisrael Chai V'Kayam.